Where's the slate?
Slate. Oh,
Steve.
Well, he didn't come to this.
No,
he didn't go to this.
What's really funny is even if we whisper and talk about weird shit, they still hear us.
I know, that's the thing. We can't say, hey,
Oh, a slate.
don't tell anybody, but yeah.
You mean they can hear us?
Yeah.
Thank God at home they can
Holy
hear us.
What are we going to do?
This is Wolffie with Cranky Jew Reviews. And one of the crankiest non-Jews I know is Paul Wolff. We share the same name. We don't share the same relatives, but we might.
Yeah, you know, we might.
We
My
might.
brother might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, his brother's Jewish. It could
Yeah,
be. It could be.
Right.
I've known Paul for many years. He's one of the innovators of this industry and also of hair products. He taught me everything I know about shining ahead. Tell us about what's new, because this thing is beautiful. Can I curse on my own channel?
You can.
It's beautiful.
You can.
Yeah. I mean, imagine that a poor schmuck comes to you and says, Paul, I love what you do. I can only afford one channel, but let's stretch it to 8, right? Like 8 channels.
Yeah.
Is the least you
It'd
can
be
get.
it'd be 10 or 12 grand. I mean, just 8 channels by themselves. You can get a master section. I got a guy in Australia that has a whole studio around 8 channels in the master section.
That's beautiful. And the master section's right there with the little screen.
Yeah, right here.
I'm not going to lie. I like a screen. I'm a visual guy.
This is the immersive console, and that's the stereo one.
Stereo
But the
is cool.
stereo one, the buttons are all remote controllable on your phone.
I love that.
I know. Who's your daddy?
So did you build out an app?
Yeah, we're working on that
outsource
right now. Yeah,
Okay.
we're going to do that. We're going to build out an app, and it's going to be real nice. It's a web app, so it doesn't matter what version of phone you have. I'm just trying to make stuff that's a good price for people that make good music and make it easy to do instead of making it hard like a lot of these things.
Yeah.
And stuff that doesn't break.
So one of the greatest things that I've always loved about you and respected about you, yeah, I love and respect things about Paul Wolff. It's true. It's true.
Are you recording this?
Yeah, we're recording. I'm going to be held to this later.
In a world.
In a world
Yeah.
where everyone's going smaller and everyone's going more digital and hands-off and little apps and everything, this guy is building the real shit.
Transistors, dials,
Dials,
capacitors.
you got knobs.
Knobs.
Like William Shatner. So many knobs and buttons and colors. I don't want to talk other companies.
Well, no, but they talk themselves.
They do.
One of the things I made a decision a long time ago that every switch is going to go through a relay. No audio goes through switches. So you're never going to have a scratchy switch. And that's an awful thing to have. Now,
I got one right now.
I actually have a cream that you can buy for that.
I could use an ointment, if I'm
Yes,
being
right,
honest.
exactly.
Yeah.
When you're doing a vocal with somebody and you flip a switch and it goes in their ears, I mean, you can really kill a moment. And all these people have forgotten that. And so they build, shitty switches and shitty pots and stuff like that. When you want to turn the pot up a little bit and it crackles, you just ruined a take. You just killed somebody's mode,
I had a great analog piece of gear back in my studio in Nashville, if you were from like 12, 13 years ago. We're not going to say what company it was, but it was the same kind of thing. I was showing you, I turned it up a little, it's making all kinds of noise. And they said, oh, we can clean that dirt out. Why is there dirt anyway?
Right.
It was a clean studio.
Mine are sealed. And all the potentiometers are duals.
Beautiful.
So they're in parallel. So if one starts to degrade, the other's there. And the thing is, it's just like us. When you degrade and I degrade, we degrade in different places.
This is a perfect segue to what I'm about to ask you. We are degrading.
Yes.
This is a law of diminishing returns.
It is.
We can cherish these moments. We can cherish the moments we spend together, right, with family and friends. If you could tell the future generation one nugget, what would you give this future generation that seems to be so lost in all this digital stuff and on their phone? Give them a nugget, Paul.
Take your time and listen to what you're doing and adjust it according to what you hear, not what you see on the screen. When you put all the knobs in front of someone, they really have to take their time because it's not just like one knob and you're moving the mouse around. They really have to take their time to find things. And that you think when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to look like you don't know what the hell you're doing.
I never want to look like that.
That's right. And so one of the things is, what I tell kids when if they want to be techs, when someone says to you, can you fix this? You say yes. And then you have from now until you get over to there to figure out how you're going to fix it. That's opportunity. And it's the same in music. If you know the sound that you like for something, get it right away. But if you need to tweak something, listen, and don't listen to the main part of it. Listen to what's going on around it, because that's what builds the tone.
And this is something I used to talk about with our great old friend Mark Rubel.
Yes.
Blackbird Academy, among many other places. Because I did a couple of his classes, went and talked to the students. So many kids are learning and trying to get so.
I didn't know they had a part on how to be a Jew. That's
Yes.
interesting. He did a good job at that.
Blackbird Jew Academy, right
That's
here.
right.
Hey, oh! Mark would always talk about like the analog essence of listening and using your ears, and it's beautiful that you hit on that. And I miss Mark terribly.
I miss Mark so bad. That guy, I've known him for so many years. When you walk into a room and you spend a moment with him, you walk out as a better person. He had that
100%.
thing about him.
Yeah.
You know, it just murdered me. I said to him, you know, when he was real sick, I said, "Can I come over and see you?" And he said, "No." I said, "Is there anything I can send you?" And he said, "Yes, a sombrero and like a bowl of soup or something." It's like he couldn't stop.
He was always him.
He was always him.
Mark Rubel was a guy, you'd enter a room with him and you'd always leave a better person. So let's leave the people with this. If you enter a room with these two schmucks, how are you going to leave? What are we going to do for the people out there to make them better, make them feel better?
We could teach them how to be better joke tellers.
There you go.
There you go. You see?
Timing is everything, kids. And eat your fiber.
Yeah, eat your fiber and kindness.
Kindness.
That's right. When you lose everything and you have nothing, the only thing you have left is kindness.
That's beautiful. This is Wolffie from Cranky Jew Reviews. This is the great and powerful Wizard of Wolff.
Such a funny name.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the channel.